House correspondent for PBS NewsHour, Yamiche Alcindor. Yamiche, we were just discussing the president and seniors. We're discussing his relationship to polls and how much he watches them. What do you think he makes of these new numbers that show seniors, as they've watched this play out just over the last month, have begun to run from him?
Well, I think the president is very understanding of the fact that he has to have some senior voters, especially senior voters in the critical swing states that put him over the edge because his win over Hillary Clinton was just so narrow. So I remember thinking about the fact that the president was at one point going after mail-in voting, going really hard, saying without any evidence that there was all sorts of mail fraud if people mailed in their ballots. And then he paused and said, well, at the same time, I want to make sure that we understand that seniors and military members, they should still be able to mail in their ballots through absentee ballots. So it shows you even then when he was railing against mail-in ballots that he was very understanding of the fact that seniors were a part of his critical, at least a critical group that he needed to go after. If we could maybe push it out a little bit larger, I will say in watching the president over the last couple of days, what we've seen is that these White House briefings have increasingly turned into campaign-style events, and the president is very understanding of the fact that this is the only way that he's able to communicate with the American people. So we've started to see him do really interesting things. The first thing that I would point out is that he's starting to say that talking about testing is somehow a personal attack against him. I posed that question to him a couple days ago, and the president said, no, it's not a personal attack on me, but people are talking about this because they want to take me down politically, and they're thinking about the November election as they talk about testing, which of course is a critical thing that Americans everywhere, Republicans and Democrats, they all want testing to be expanded. It's critical to reopening the government, but the president is so aware of the fact that that's part of his reelection campaign and part of something that might hurt him, that he's really now trying to push off testing completely to a state issue and not really taking any sort of responsibility for the testing issues that are still ongoing.
Well, and you know, Jonathan Lemire, you